Alright. Got a little noise because I got a bunch of stuff on. I'm going to work on this pro mod a little bit. Alright. We got a few people get in here. So we get going. Radio's pretty quiet right now. There we go. Put a little filter in there. Alright. Let's see. Get my drink. Howdy, howdy. What's going on, man?
May I submit that if you got them, smoke them, and then pump up the power. Always a good time to burn the devil's lettuce. 70 is the new 50. That is why I failed at 46. 75 seems so fucking far away. Fog takes over.
There we go. There we go. Ta-da! Now. Now. Look all the strong you get. There we go. All right, now right up here. Jackson, let's go outside. It's okay. Let's go outside. Let's go outside. I'll be back, guys. I gotta clean up puke. My dog puked everywhere. So that's what I get to do now. It'll be alright. Hang tight. Hang tight. Just a minute, guys.
Oh, no.
That's exactly why I don't like that big bastard inside. He's so big and he gets sick or something, it's like he's human. So now I've got a big mess. He's puked everywhere. He's a 140-pound lab that's got cancer. Yeah, that sounds cool. Bear with me 1 second, guys. We'll get right back on this radio. So this is the Pro Mod Cobra 29 that got hit by lightning. Well, one of the radios that was hooked up to the power supply. One of several. Bear with me, guys. I'll be right there. This I gotta take care of. Alright, let me wash my hands. Alright, guys, hang tight. I'm coming. One second. My dadgum dog got sick. I want to make sure he didn't walk through in here anywhere. We're gonna walk this little area. I had to walk through his vomit there. I stepped in it by accident, so I gotta make sure it ain't on my feet. Spray some bleach here. Anyways, we're in the middle of rebuilding this Pro Mod. This is my personal 29 I built years ago. Literally Now, this isn't my words. According to the world, it's one of the best sounding radios out there. It's what I've been told by everybody else. This isn't me talking. This is what everybody tells me on AM. That it's the most incredible sounding Cobra 29 that they've ever heard. Well, I've been talking on it for years and years and years. And my entire house got hit by lightning. This was one of the radios that was hooked up to the supply. It took the supply out, several power supplies, several radios, several meters. Didn't hit 2 antennas. Took 2 antennas out. Anyways, give me just a second. I'll make sure my air is good and clean here. Make sure we're not tracking anything around, you know. Alright. Get right in here by you all real quick. Alright, let's go back to work. Shit's got me mad, dude. Yep, I just have to redo it all. That's okay. Alright. Alright, guys, let me wipe my face off. We'll start over here. Let's start over. Not over, but. Alright. Refill this cup for water here. Sorry about that, guys. And I'm going to get you in here a little bit closer. So I'm replacing all the blown traces from the lightning. And I've got them all cut, cleaned up, and we're just going to go through here and replace them together. Repair them. Alright. Starting to get pretty hot here. I think this is where I was at when my little one right here at the back. There we go. There we go. There we go. Beautiful. I want that wire to wick that solder. That's why I was staying on it. Now we can cut this bridge loose. And hopefully y'all understand my technique and what I'm doing here. So this is how you effectively and efficiently do this. So you see I have multiple leads cut here. And here's a bigger lead, but a much heavier wire. So check out what I do. We're getting ready to do this main counterpoise that's blown in two. We're going to use a heavier gauge wire. We're going to take the wire, put it in our wire buddy. Reach over here, grab our flux, dip it. Grab our solder holder. We're going to come right up here and heat the wire from the bottom. Then we're going to come towards the end, pick up that flux, come back, come towards the end, pick up that flux, come back. And here we go. Years of soldering skills, guys. Not some beginner. Tried to teach you all the ropes, man. People that want to learn. We're just asking that solder just to lay in that wire. Just like that. Now, we're going to let that cool. Take it out of our wire buddy. You can see it's 360 degree canned. Nice and cool. Set it down. Come to the point that we're going to work. I'll work it right over here where y'all can see it in the middle. Lay some solder down on one side of the blown trace. Don't be afraid to lay a little solder in there. And because this is a counterpoise, it's going to want to be hot. All right. Turn my gun up because I noticed my gun's a little cold because we have a large surface and all our heat's trying to transfer to the transformer and the rest of the ground plane. So we're going to bring our heat up on our gun. We're going to get the wire that, just let that lay there. That wire that we're going to use. And because we're using we're going to be using a large ground plane, we're going to reach over here. Grab Sissy. Turn Sissy on. Pick up a little bit of water in the sponge. So Sissy. Give old Sissy just a little bit of water. I call her Sissy. It's a hot ass gun. It's a good gun, man. I love it. I've done so many repairs with this thing. So I'm going to show you. We're going to get this hot gun in because we want it pretty. We want to be able to really have a nice transfer of heat. I have that other gun set up for small stuff. I don't want to keep transferring. So now we're going to work this big blown trace. Then we'll transfer back. We'll pick up these little ones. And a couple of little ones in the middle. I have done so much. I had to completely rebuild the whole echo board. It had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blown traces. Most people would have junked the radio and bought a brand new radio and start all over. I just do this stuff out of passion. So I'm just fixing it because I can. That's all it is. It's been a radio that I've talked on for years. The radio ain't worth a whole lot other than it's my personal radio that's highly modified. I mean, it's got a lot done to it. A lot. And it got hit by lightning, and I just wanted to bring it back to life. Just for me. You know, because of what it means to me. It's only about a $200 radio with the stuff that I've done to it. I mean, it's a big 15, 14, 15 average radio, guys. It's got the 1969 final in it. It's a hot rod. Talked on it for years and years and years. Never had a problem. I mean, not one problem. Then one day, here come a storm. And we're just going to bring it back. All right. We should be getting real close. Let's get the gun prepped. I think we're there. Just like that. And I hope you all understand what I just showed you right there. The fact that I went to the other gun using the equipment, not using a cold tip tool, look how beautiful we can do something. So now we're working with a larger area, needs more heat. We're using a larger piece of wire for our bridge. So now I'm going to cut square, pretty corners, edges. So we'll cut that edge off. I'm going to leave the wire in my hand. We're going to go down this tenet with this. Get all those creases. Get it real hot. Come right down. Remember, what we're soldering first needs to be heated first. Then what we're soldering to next. Bring them up to the same temp. Give them some butter. Come on, QSK. Give them a little bit more butter. Let that roll right through the wire, go right to the counterpoise. Now we're really hot, so we're going to roll back our temperature. Now we're going to set right on top. Wick it right through the wire, right to the counterpoise. Now I just want to show this so you guys can see what I'm doing. See how clean I'm doing it, even though it's repair work. Now I want you to look under is a blown trace, or it's blew the trace in half. Now see how I'm not just laying wire up on top of it, soldering each end and going on. I am completely flow soldering into that conductor. Y'all see that? So now, I know, giving the gun a chance to work. So now, or the camera a chance to work. We'll come in here and I'm going to do a little bit of this on camera just for fun, just for content. You see that the counterpoise pad stops right here. So there's no reason to have wire over here, way over here. We're just going to come in real nice and cut right at the edge of that pad. Now we can continue to use this wire for another bridge or another circuit. And you can see how it looks like it's lifted. Now you're going to take your gun, watch this, and set that all down. Look underneath my tip. See what's taking place? And then get out of there. Come right over here. Look underneath my tip. Let it flow and then get out of there. That is as good or better than the original trace factory. What I mean by that is current potential. And that's what it looks like. All right. Now we got the hot gun going here. I'm going to go ahead and pretty up this bridge. Just take my work. Serious. All right. Now I'm going to show you how a full repair of a trace, how it all works. We'll start from a clean repair and go from a brand new trace and start all over. So, show you what we're doing. So I'm going to bring you in here. And whoever's taking the time to sit and watch this with me, I appreciate it. Much respect for sitting here and watching. And you can see how we're reflowing it, all that there. We replaced this trace. We replaced this trace. Reflowed the transformer. Now we're going to move up the rail. So from point A, B, C to D, we can't just go from here to here because these are components. And if we just jump from here to here, then we disable all this circuit. And there's a mod right here. roll-off mod, frequency response mod. One of my mods. There's another mod here. Coupling mod. There's a resistor here. And then y'all know what this is. So we're going to come in here and show you and let you all just kind of sit and watch side by side here. And I'm going to do this repair. I'm going to try to get the camera to where you have that best angle to kind of see what I'm doing. So in the middle of your screen is where I'm working. And now it's all became pretty big. But I just want you to see what I'm doing. And I'm going to touch again with these hemostats. So the trace that we're repairing is this big ground plane. We're going to come from here to here to here to here to here. That's all one trace. Been blown in several different places. That's what lightning does, guys. So we're going to show you how you repair that. So we're going to turn my gun back up. We're going to run at 445 degrees. That's where I run. And I'm going to show you the steps and how we would take care of that. So first off, it's not a real big, wide trace. So we're going to start with a wire that's smaller that we can work with. And I'm going to show you how we fix this stuff. A radio that most people would have thrown away. This is a solid core wire. That's important when you're doing this. So you see that I've stripped it back. Made sure that it's at least as long. We're going to take and scratch it. Scratch the wire. And you can do that with anything. I want to run it through these teeth a few times. Scratch the wire good. Get all the poly off. All right. Now, grab your wire, buddy. Stick your wire in your wire, buddy. Clamp it down. On this wire, we don't have to worry about fluxing because it's light enough. Then we're just going to 10. Notice how there's no solder dropped into the radio. All right, so now that's done. Get that out of our way. Now, this is the most important part, guys. You'll set that wire down. You're going to pick up your gun. Uh-oh, I need to make sure you can still see. Okay, you can still see it. We're going to 10. There we go. Now we got this little leg here. What I did, now, pay attention. Oh, I forgot the lead. We got the, and we also need to work on this. There it went. See how I just joined all that together with solder? The whole way. Now we're going to come up here. Tie into this trace. Just like that. Now, we can run our circuit. So I'm going to get you all back in here with me so everybody's on page. You can really see what we're going to do here. Let me get y'all. I can't get you vertical because the boom falls. So, from right here. Let me see if I can get a better angle if I come long. Okay, yeah, I can. I actually can. I really can. Now I'll zoom right in. Oh, yeah. All right, so pay attention. Kind of up towards the top of your screen here. Right here. It's going to be a little tricky. This will tell you what we're going to do. To show you all another trick. Let me lay this down. Just like that. Let me solder that back. All right. We're gonna fix this, and we're gonna come back here and get us a nice bit of meat. Beautiful. All right. So now we're going to come take this, pay attention here, right up here. So right up here in this open area. We're going to make us a little pad to get us a nice pay attention. You'll learn something. So we're going to come up here. All right. Lay some solder into that pad. Ready. Turn that into a pile. Nice pad. Hopefully you can see that. I did that. Everything I'm doing here has a very distinct purpose, so keep a watching. Now, that same pad, we're going to put this foot in. So we're going to heat that pad. Get it real hot. We don't want it cold. Here we go. Just like that. Now, like that. It's an art, guys. I'm showing you something. I want to show you all something. I'm going to get the X-Acto knife out to show you because you won't be able to see it. All right. Check this out. We'll grab the X-Acto. And if you look, right here is the reason why we come back and get a hole. Cut, cut, cut. Now grab your tweezers. And then you're going to cut that trace because that trace is lifted. There, just like that. And I'm going to move that wire, completely move it. That way we could clean Now that that trace is lifted, we're going to clean this up some. Now, got my brush. Now you can clearly see why we did that. Now, put our X-Acto blade back up. And we go back to our wire. We're going to clean this all up. And we'll come right over here. From the opposite end while that other gun's getting hot. I'm aware. Okay. So you really gotta pay attention. And that goes. Alright, I got my other gun because I need more heat so I can get into these. We got that first one nicely. Beautiful. Alright. That'll all be a trace. And it goes right to that leg, so of that coupler. So that's perfect. Then we won't have none of this wire will be here. I'm only going to here. That'll be cut. Then we go from here to here. Hopefully that makes sense. It will make very much sense when I get done and you see it. Let me come up here and flow this into one. Just like that. I know there's a lot going on and it can be difficult to understand, guys. But tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to run a little bit of. I'm going to leave that little tab on there so it come off. It don't need to be there. I was going to leave it so I can handle it. But we'll just take it off. All right, here we go. So now we go by that leg, tie right into that one. So all we need. And like I said, this would be a radio that most people would never repair. But it has, I swear, guys, one thing after another with me. I have dumped all my heat shrink out in my lap. I mean, $50 worth of heat shrink dumped everywhere. So, I swear. I'll pick it up later. That goes right by. Absolutely. See what we did there? I mean, you can heat it or not heat it. Guess you're not going to heat it if you don't turn the gun on. But all that is an isolator as it goes by that other circuit. I'll go ahead and heat it. That little isolator. Man, I can't feel nothing in my hands. Now we're going to come immediately tie into the original trace. And we want to do it right here close. So I'm actually going to take these tweezers, hold, take a hot gun, burn it right in. See what I did? So now we're literally right into the trace zone. That doesn't need to be there no more. So we'll cut. See where I'm at here. Beautiful. And I'm just going to melt. Let me get some solder. And I'm having to look. I'm looking at that from an angle because it's... There it went. There's some solder. There it went. Beautiful. Beautiful. Look at that, guys. Textbook. Now, pick up that same wire. And while we got this hot gun, we're going to go right to our foot. Just like that. And get out. So there's that foot. We're going to cut a piece of insulation going the other way. Welcome to the world of radio repair. This one will lay. And if you want, we could come right back over. I'm not going to come over. Actually, I am. I'm going to go right to that edge. So what we're going to do is cut this insulator a little bit shorter. Now we're going to drop, pull that right to its edge. Right there. Grab the insulator with the tweezers. Pull the insulator up. Now we've already tinned the wire. Remember? And as I examine, I'm going to set that aside because I want a little bit longer. A little bit longer, just a little bit longer than that one. There it is. Pull it all the way down. Now I want this to be down and stay. So we'll heat this one. Now it's down and out of the way. Now we still got the hot gun. We're going to load this tip, both sides, and come right down vertically. Boom. Now load it again, both sides, right down vertically. And as you can see, nice and soldered. Got a nice insulator. Now I'm going to bring you in and show you the repair right up in your face. Because it's hard to see what's going on, I know. I'm going to show you what we did, then we'll move on. Talk you through this whole repair. So, what we just repaired, and I'm going to clean that. Let me do that while that gun's still a little bit hot. There's that whole repair line, that trace line. We bring this gun, and we're going to flow that bottom pin. Watch where my gun goes. See right here? We're going to flow this. See what it looks like now? Y'all see it? Watch this. Boom. How's that look? Look like a professional? But did you see what I did? You see the difference? See the difference? Now, follow along. It started from here. It was blown underneath here. I made a new trace. It was blown underneath this resistor. That's repaired. It was blown from here to here. All that's been replaced. Then from here to here. Then from here to here. There's the whole run in all its glory. All that run that we just replaced or repaired, all that blown trace. All this hard work, nobody but one person watching. Now I'm just going to run this through. This is a special brush, by the way. You'll see what I'm doing. What do you think, guys? Now you see how intensive? It don't look like there's much going on, but I'm here to tell you there's intensive stuff going on. And it's so hard, and everybody thinks that it's, there's a lot going on to do this kind of stuff, guys. So we've replaced all these blown traces. It's all soldered properly. I'm going to move you all back. Hang in there. Try not to get a dizzy spell. All right. Thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging in. I appreciate that, man. I got a lot to teach people, man. And I really have a lot I can share. All right, so now we're going to go to this next one. I'm going to get you into that trace. I want you guys to be involved in what we're doing here, not just listen to somebody rambling on. So at the back, this is our last trace repair. And it's fixing to get interesting, so y'all got to keep watching. So we're going to go right back here towards the back of the radio now. About the middle of your screen. At the middle of your screen, you'll see a blown trace. Let's fix it. And once again, I want to thank you guys for that watch my stuff, watch what I do. I appreciate you guys. All right. Let's fix this dude. So we got an obviously blown trace. Right there, we're going to fix. Here we go. First step we do is you go, here's a blown edge, here's the blown edge. The first step you do is come up above where your trace is blown, clear the clear coat. So we're going to clear our clear coat. And we're going to do it right to the tear. Or right where the blown trace is blown. Right here. Both sides. Now we're going to come and do this side. Just keep it watching. All right, now we're going to go. All right, now this is the very important step, guys. Now, a lot of people don't do it, and it causes their repair to fail, or them to have to come back and repair it again. So here we go. So pay attention. We're going to come right up above. So this is where it's blown. This is where it's blown. So we're going to come right above that. Cut it. Straight across. Cut it. Go to the other side. Cut it. Cut it. Remove the old trace. Just like that. Okay, we're going to have to cut this from the other side a little bit more. There it went. Now watch this. There's the trace. Get rid of it. Gonna have to put a piece of tape on that. That's my latch is broke. Let me fix this real quick. I've seen fire and I've seen rain. All right, folks, back in the pocket. All right, so we cut both sides. Uh-oh, and I just did it. I just grabbed the thing and pulled it out of view. Let's go back. All right, so we cut both sides. Follow along, friends. Follow along. All right, so we got a pretty good I'm going to use my, tell you what we're going to do. I'm not even going to do that. We're going to reach over here and grab the hot gun. And turn it on, and we're going to use our hot gun on this because we're going to lay this in here. Flow solder, then we'll cut it. I'm actually going to put a pretty good angle on this so I can hold it. Just like that. So we're going to let this gun come to heat. Just like that. So, give me 1 second. Anybody want to bet if we can make this radio work again? Take a couple of seconds here. I'm going to lay that down. I'm going to pick up this heat shrink. I'm going to get rid of this clipped wire and this clipped wire. And we'll put our heat shrink up. All right. All right, folks. All right, we're getting real close now. Real close. Good deal. I've seen fire and I've seen rain. All right, here we go, folkies. Remember what I told you over and over again. Heat your wire. You want this hot. And with this gun, you can see it ain't taking very long. We got that wire hot, 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 hot. Get it hot, get it hot, get it hot. Poof. Now you want to let it cool off, let it grab, and then you want to seat it again, but you can't seat it when you got this because it's going to want to. So you're going to take it. I've seen fire and I've seen rain. Now, I'll show you how we seat it. So we're going to put our hemos, seat. Now we're going to seat this side. And that's how you do it, folks. That's how you do it, folks. I've seen fire and I've seen rain. Never get to see no. I've seen fire. Yeah. Beautiful. Just defluxing. Oh, I'll be down. I'll be down. I'll be down. Most people never see that. Little bitty blown trace. That won't be hard. This is all one unit. All right. Damn it. Gotta tin this up real quick. There we go. See how I want to do it. Just like that. Beautiful.
Why don't you go to another frequency there and do your audio shit?
All right.
Yeah. Well, but get county 301 in Wyoming in the mobile.
What the fuck? Life seemed fine, life seemed real. Could not find a friend. Could not find a fool. See you again. I think. All right, I think that's it as far as the traces. So we'll put some power to it. We'll see what happens. I'm going to eat a bite.